a society that is obsessed with hustle culture, constant networking, and the fear of missing out, there's a quiet rebellion happening behind closed doors. You know the feeling. The plans you made on Tuesday feel like a heavy weight by Friday. The moment you hear the click of your front door locking behind you, your entire nervous system exhales. While the world looks at you and sees isolation, you are actually experiencing restoration. Most people assume that those who love staying at home are shy, anxious, or perhaps just boring. But psychological research suggests something far more complex. For a specific type of person, the home isn't just a place to sleep. It is a sophisticated psychological command center. It is the only place on earth where you aren't being processed by the expectations of others. Today we are going to look at the deep-seated neuroscience of why your home is your power source. We'll explore the dopamine versus acetylcholine war in your brain, the concept of environmental mastery, and why staying in is actually a high-status choice for the modern mind. To understand why you prefer your couch to a crowded bar, we have to look at the chemical pathways of your brain. Most people believe that introversion and extroversion are just personality quirks, but they are actually governed by two different reward systems. Extroverts have a high sensitivity to dopamine, the pursuit chemical. They get a hit of joy from external rewards, new faces, loud music, and unpredictable environments. However, if you love staying at home, your brain likely prioritizes the acetylcholine pathway. Acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter that is also linked to pleasure, but it's a different kind of pleasure. It is the chemical of internal focus. It is released when you read a book, engage in deep thought, or enjoy a familiar, quiet environment. For the homebody, an evening out isn't fun. It is a dopamine overdose that leads to a crash. Staying at home allows your brain to maintain its homeostatic baseline. You aren't avoiding life. You are choosing a different, more sustainable form of neurological reward. As we've discussed in previous videos, some people have a leaky thalamic gate. In a public setting, your brain is forced to pay a sensory tax. Every person walking by, every flickering light, and every snippet of conversation has to be processed by your brain. For the too aware individual, this is a massive drain on your cognitive battery. When you are at home, you have environmental mastery. You control the lighting, the scent, the temperature, and the noise level. This environmental control is a fundamental human need. According to Maslow's hierarchy, safety and security are the foundation of everything else. For the homebody, the home is a controlled variable in an uncontrolled world. By staying home, you are effectively shutting the gate, allowing your brain to divert its energy away from scanning for threats and toward higher order thinking or creative play. There is a concept in sociology called emotional labor, which describes the effort it takes to maintain a certain facial expression or tone of voice to please others. For many, social interaction is a form of performance. You are subconsciously managing how you appear, what you say, and how you react. This is performative labor, and it is incredibly expensive. If you love staying at home, it's often because you have a high integrity of self. You find it exhausting to wear a social mask for long periods. Home is the only place where the mask can come off. This is the relational hook. For you, alone time isn't lonely time, it's self-recovery time. You are reclaiming the energy that you normally spend managing the perceptions of others. This is why you might be the most loyal, deep-thinking friend once someone is invited into your sanctuary, because you only share your energy when you aren't forced to perform it. If you've ever felt a literal wave of relief the moment a social event was canceled, comment the word freedom below. Let's see how many of us are JOMO, joy of missing out experts. We cannot talk about the love of home without looking at attachment theory. For many, the preference for staying home is rooted in their earliest experiences of safety. If you grew up in a world that felt chaotic, overwhelming, or unpredictable, your home base became your only reliable anchor. Psychologically, you may have developed a secure attachment to place rather than a secure attachment to people. This isn't a bad thing. It means you have turned your physical environment into a secure base from which you can explore the world, but you always need to return to the harbor to refuel. This deep ancestral need for a den or a burrow is a primal human instinct that the modern world tries to shame out of us. But honoring that instinct is the key to preventing long-term burnout and nervous system collapse. In the 21st century, the ability to stay at home is becoming a luxury. We are constantly tethered to our devices, bringing the outside world into our pockets. Truly staying home now requires a conscious act of digital minimalism. People who love staying home often possess a high level of intrapersonal intelligence, the ability to understand one's own feelings and motives. While others need external mirrors, like social validation or busy parties, to feel real, you are your own mirror. You are comfortable with the quiet mind. This is why many of the world's greatest thinkers, writers, and innovators were notorious homebodies. They realized that the noise of the world is often just a distraction from the music of the mind. Staying home isn't a withdrawal from life, it is a deep dive into the essence of life. So if you feel guilty for saying no to that party, or if you feel like a failure because you'd rather spend your Saturday night in your pajamas than at a networking event, remember this. Your brain is choosing acetylcholine over dopamine. It is choosing environmental mastery over sensory chaos. It is choosing authenticity over performance. Your home is not a prison. It is the laboratory where you study the most important subject in the world, yourself. If this video helped you feel a little lighter and gave you a new way to see yourself, please press like and share it with a friend. Someone who may also be tired of the noise from a mind that never truly rests. Your understanding today might be exactly the comfort they need. Thank you for watching until this moment. I'm Milo. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any upcoming videos. Goodbye and see you next time.